How's it going, everybody? My name is Bartosz Kowalewski, and today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new C-Line PD. PD has been a staple in many people's bags for quite some time now, and for good reason. It's a 10-speed driver that has a smaller rim, so it feels really nice in the hand and it's very controllable. Personally, I like using the PD when I have to hit a gap that's a little further away from me, when my FD or maybe my MD3 just isn't quite enough. And I'll be comparing it against the new C-Line FD and as well as the Active Premium Magician. Let's go check out how they fly. So starting out, I'm going to be throwing these discs nice and flat on about 50% power, nothing too crazy. You see the FD holding that beautiful neutral line, nice and straight. The Magician is going to do much of the same, just a little bit shorter than the FD. And the PD is going to break in the middle of its flight and fade out to the left. Next, I'm going to throw these discs on a little bit of an Anhyzer. And this is the bread and butter of the FD. You see it hold that Anhyzer for a good distance. And the Magician is going to do, again, more of the same, just a little shorter than the FD. The PD, however, again, is going to want to stable out from that Anhyzer in the middle of its flight and finish to the left. Still going a little further than the FD. Next, we're going to throw them on a Babyhyzer. The FD is going to want to flip up in the middle of its flight just slightly, but it will still finish to the left. And the Magician, again, similar to the FD, flips up in the middle of the flight, but given the right amount of speed and torque, it'll still come back for you. But the PD, you can put a lot more power and torque on, because this thing's going to hyzer out and want to get to the ground much faster than the FD or Magician. Here we're going to throw the discs flat again with a little bit more power. You see how that FD just turns and holds for the entirety of its flight. The Magician here actually doesn't end up turning as much as the FD, but you can see the shape of the flight is pretty similar. And the PD, again, just won't hold that Anhyzer through the entirety of the flight. It's going to want to fade out and get to the ground much faster. And here we're throwing them a little higher with a little bit more Anhyzer angle. And here you'll see the differences between the FD and the PD. You can see how much glide the FD has versus the PD. You really gotta throw it hard to get the disc to go far. And you see how it hyzers out instead of holding that Anhyzer. Next, we're gonna move to some on-the-course shots. And you see I'm gonna be using this PD for a lot of low lines. And it even holds a good forehand line here. You saw I put a good amount of angle on that disc, and it still was able to fight out of it. Here I'm putting that PD to the right of my intended target and just letting it drift to the left with a nice little skip at the end. And you're really able to get behind this PD and just throw it as hard as you want to, because it's just gonna want to go straight. Even on some little forehand chip shots, it can handle them really well. Here I'm throwing this disc into a good amount of wind, and you can see it just hold its line the entire time before fading out. And last we have this nice and easy 300-foot hyzer shot, sticking it right next to the basket. So there you guys have it, some new flights of the C-Line PD. The new PD is definitely a little more overstable than I thought it would be, but that's a good thing. I like starting off with a nice overstable PD because it's able to fight any kind of wind really well, and I'm still able to maintain a good amount of control. For open level players and advanced level players who can get this disc up to speed, it's going to be a nice straight flyer out of the box with a decent amount of finish. For people who don't have as much arm speed, it's going to be a more of a hyzer approach disc, or just a disc that's going to move to the left on a right-hand shot very quickly. The PD is going to drop pretty soon on Discmania's website and your local retailers, so make sure to check it out. Don't forget to subscribe to Discmania's YouTube channel if you want to see more content like this, and I'll see you guys on the next one.